Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Full Stack Debugger. This is my first video and today I'm going to cover the topics you see on the screen. What is debugging, importance of debugging, difference between debugging and testing. So without wasting any time, let's start. So debugging is the process of identifying and fixing errors, bugs or issues in the software code as you see in my screen right now. So this debugging is basically used in the software world. This debugging term is used in the software world. That's why it's very famous in the software world. But it's not just about software. Like normally, suppose you have any problem and you try to resolve it. So before solving that problem, what you do is you will try to analyze that problem, what best possible solution you have. You will try to implement it, and once it is done, then it's like a complete process you are doing, right? So before resolving it, you will try to debug it. So similarly in the software world also, in the software, uh, if you say in the code, suppose there is an application, just for example Amazon. So in Amazon, suppose you're trying to place an order, and if due to some reason the page is not loading, if there is some issue, then, and if it is for everyone, uh, then what happens is it will go to the developer, and first thing what developer will do is the developer will analyze the logs. They will check for the logs, and in the logs he or she will find out the respective method or class where it is mentioned, where that from where that page is getting loaded, and then he will start, and he or she will they will start analyzing the uh, respective class, respective page, whatever, wherever it is failing, wherever the bugs occurred. So then the debugging will come into the picture. So like, if you see, if you have worked on, like if you have coded earlier or now if you're coding, so you might be knowing that okay, there is an issue, we don't know how to fix it. For freshers, I don't think in college they talk about debugging much. Like for most of, in most of the colleges I saw, people will be simply try to complete the project whatever they have got, but they'll not learn about debugging. Debugging is one of the very important skill, I feel, for a developer, that they should be knowing. If they don't know the debugging, they cannot become a very good developer. So I'll not take much time on this. So now if I go to the next slide, I hope you understood what is the definition of this with my example. So if I go to the next example and next page, so here if you see, I have just highlighted the if you see this image, so here I've highlighted identify error, analyze error, identify error location, prove the analysis, cover the lateral damage, prove the analysis, then cover the lateral damage. Yeah, so identify, as I said earlier, so identifying the error first. Error means, like, suppose there is a button which is not working, so we know the error is there in that button. Then we will try to find out the location. That's what I was talking about. Like, we will go to the respective page from the log and then find out the respective location where exactly the error occurred. Then we will analyze the error. What is this error? Is it logical? Is it syntax error? Is it something else? So that will be analyze error. Then prove the analysis. So prove the analysis means, okay, this is why it is happening, and we need to fix this. So that will come under the covered lateral damage. So lateral damage, whatever the damage was, we'll try to give the solution for that, and that will be like complete process of debugging. So debugging is the group of activities that software developers perform to fix a bug. So being a good debugger is very important part of being a good developer, as I said earlier. And if you see here, I've just mentioned just to highlight it. So this is the basically the debugging is. Now going to the next slide, what is the importance of debugging? Okay, So importance is like, so like we like I've just highlighted 5 points. If you see error identification, improving quality, optimization, solving complex issues, learning and skill development. So I'll go one by one. Error identification. Error identification is like, debugging allows developers to find and understand errors in their code and system, and these errors can range from syntax mistake, logical errors, or runtime issues. There can be these many issues. There can be crashes, or there can be memory issues. So many. So this will come under error identification. So if you know what exactly the error is, then it will be very easy to fix the problem. So that is one of the importance, that is error identification. Next is improving quality. So debugging helps improve the quality and reliability of software by eliminating defects, unexpected behaviors. So basically, if you don't know debugging, simply if you are seeing the page, if you are seeing just the error, and by seeing you will not understand what exactly happening, exactly is happening behind in the backend. So you'll what debugging does is, suppose you are just using, I'll just take an example of Java. So in Java we have short, we have long, this kind of data type. So suppose someone has used sort, and then the number which is being used is out of range, whatever the range sort is having, and the number which is being used is out of range. So then we need to use long. So in that case, what happened is, we are trying to improve the quality, even if we are like, if we can use something else like long or something, like in future, suppose someone is trying to put some more number, some bigger number which is not under that data type, like sort, int, and so many data types we have in Java. So they can use long, they can use, they, by debugging only they will get to know. Or simply if they will try to make the change, it will be very difficult to fix the problem. Or even if they will be able to fix, later they might get a problem. So that's why debugging come into the picture. And if you debug, if you see all like complete code, whatever, like whatever is happening exactly, then it will be a great like it will be very smooth later. Like you'll not get any unexpected error which you were not expecting. So that's why debugging is important. So the debugging is important for improve the quality. Next is optimization. So optimization is like, debugging involve identifying, rectifying performance, then optimizing the overall performance of the system. So whatever code we were using, because of that, maybe we were using, like it was using so much memory, and then at one point the memory is gone, like we don't have it, it is going out of memory, it is giving out of memory error. Then those things will be optimized. So how can we do that? We can debug, and after debugging we'll get to know, okay, this can happen, and we have to write a code in a way that it will be optimized, in a way that it will not give this out of memory error. So that's why this, like this is one of the importance. Sorry for in between I'm just using some random word. This is my first video, as I said. But yeah, optimization is one of the importance. Next is solving complex issues. So in complex system, like various components may interact in, leading to unexpected problems. So debugging is essential for identifying the root causes and finding effective solutions. Solving complex issues is nothing but, suppose there is an issue which you are not able to find out. Like suppose there are like two three systems communicating to each other, like non if you have worked already in some application, you might have seen that we'll be working on REST API. So there will be a back end, front end, so many things. And if you see the error, by seeing the error you will think, okay, this is a front end issue, but it's not exactly the front end issue. There can be back end issue, there can be a DB issue, there can be uh, ETL, so many things. So though there will there will be some time like you will not understand what exactly the issue is. So debugging will help you to resolve the complex issues. Okay, so next point is learning and skill development. Yeah, so debugging is a valuable learning experience for developers. It improves their problem solving skills, understanding of problem languages, and family, and it will help you to grow in development. Like if you want to become a full stack developer, you should be knowing, you must be knowing the debugging. Okay, there is some other points also, like you, if you want, like we can add it here, like enhance user experience. So if you know debug, and if you are writing a code, like if you are giving a fix, then it should not be failed again for some other reason. So we can add one more point saying enhancing user experience. So if you are debugging proper, if you have debugged properly, and later if you give it to the user, front user, and if they are using that application, then it should not fail. For that, debugging is very important. If you debug properly, if you have analyzed properly, if you have given the proper fix, it will never fail, it will always be very smooth. So it will, like, the importance of debugging here is one more is that is enhancing user experience, that I have not added here, but yeah, that is one more. So this is all about importance of debugging. So next, let's go to the next slide. Next slide is difference between debugging and testing. So many people think that debugging and testing are same, but it's not like that. Testing is like, if I'll just go through the points first and then I'll just explain. So testing, like in the points only I'll explain, but yeah, if you say, so testing focuses on finding bugs, errors, etc., whereas debugging starts after a bug has been identified in the software. Okay, so testing just focus on the finding bugs. Testing doesn't focus on resolving, testing doesn't focus on optimizing. Okay, debugging is the, like, after getting a bug will the debugging process start. The next point is testing is used to ensure that program is correct and it was supposed to do with a certain minimum success rate. Okay, testing can be manual or automated. There are several different types of testing. Unit testing, sorry, there are several different types of testing, that is unit testing, integration testing, alpha and beta testing, etc. Debugging requires a lot of more knowledge, skills and expertise. So suppose you are a Java developer or front end developer, then you will be knowing one, like Java, you will be knowing JavaScript, you will be knowing HTML and all. So debugging will be debugging, you can debug only when you know the respective tools, language or whatever you are working on. Okay, so it can be supported to be supported by some automated tools available, but is more of a manual process, as every bug is different and require a different techniques, unlike a predefined testing mechanism. Okay, so in next video we'll talk about debugging tools and so many topics we can cover. I have already made a list. I'll just come with another video to show you. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe Full Stack Developer and keep debugging. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.